Couple Major League Baseball plays for you. I'm going to pull these right out of the account. We got game ones, a couple game ones. St. Louis, Chicago White Sox over 8.5. White Sox, St. Louis, game one over 8.5. Pirates, Detroit over 6.5. So over 8.5, over 6.5, both in game one. We also took Golden State Valkyrie at +12 and +11.5. So we have a WNBA play there as well. We're going to have a lot of baseball today. Subscribers, I have some strong stuff coming your way. Within the next 30 to 45 minutes, you're probably going to receive 3 or 4 baseball plays, probably all 4% plays, because I'm seeing a lot of confirmation come early. There's a lot of these early baseball games. I'll give a couple more steam moves for you guys. Cleveland and San Francisco, 927, over 7, over 7.5 even. Cleveland, San Francisco. Pirates, game one, +285. Big dog there on the Pirates, +285, taking the big plus money and also the +1.5 runs. So even though they went over 6.5 in that game, they're also taking the dog. Usually you see a correlation with a low total like that. You'd want to get the +1.5 runs and the under. That kind of correlates. But rarely do we see taking the +1.5 and then going over a low total like 6.5. But that's what we got here in baseball so far. And one more, I'll give you Baltimore +125. So that's the Baltimore Orioles at +125 against Tampa Bay. So like I said, just a busy day. I know everybody's focused on NBA as well. We have that pivotal game 6. Oklahoma City can close it out. Just seeing a little bit of money on Oklahoma City. It's moved since the opener. It went to 5, 5.5, 6. There's some 6.5s out there. So slowly but surely, a little risk on Oklahoma City. But what I'm seeing in the back end as of right now, and again, between now and tip-off, a lot can change. There's a lot of time in between. But I'm seeing like no risk at all. Like good two-way action. There's opinions on over. There's opinions on under. There's opinions on Oklahoma City. There's opinions on Indiana. So it seems like a good matchup to book. I don't think they're going to have much risk on one side or the other. It looks like good two-way action where once you factor in the VIG, the books are going to do just fine.
All around the world, let's do some free plays here for everybody. Let's start with the Astros and the Athletics. This is from Ralph. We're going Yurfie on this one. Yes, run in the first inning. Athletics 11-3. Yurfie, the last 14 home games. Houston has scored a first inning run 2 out of the last 3 games. So Ralph is going with the Yurfie and the Astros and the Athletics. A couple team totals here. These are my personal picks. Cardinals team total under 2.5 runs in the first 5 innings. White Sox pitcher has been very, very good. He doesn't pitch very many innings. It's normally 3 or 4. He's never given up 3 runs in any of his starts. So take a look at the Cardinals under 2.5 runs in the first 5 innings. I'm going with Indiana Fever under 88.5 on their team total. The Valkyries, the team that they're playing, they've held the last 7 opponents under this total. And the Fever, Caitlin Clark's return, she went ballistic. They scored over 100 points. Last game against Connecticut Sun, who's the worst team in the WNBA, they only scored 88. So I think we're getting a little bit of overreaction here to the Fever and Caitlin Clark. So I'll take the Fever under there. And then Carmine has a play in MLS FC Porto regulation. Both teams played to scoreless draws on day 1. But Porto had a much, much more difficult matchup. Miami, the team that they're playing, was lucky to get the draw, and Porto has a very good defensive scheme. So some of those plays are on the free picks page at WagerTalk. If you want more free plays, there's a lot of them up, a lot of free baseball plays. So those are the today's free plays. And
yeah, of course, I mean, you can still find 6.5s out there. This is a split line as we speak, looking at the WagerTalk, the Odds Logic live odds screen. Yeah, there's a mix between 6s and 6.5s out there right now. So if you like Indiana, obviously find a +6.5. If you like the OKC side, look for a -6. And if you like live odds, oddslogic.com/Teddy. Check it out. 7-day free trial. Again, check out our live odds product. I think it's a really good product. oddslogic.com/Teddy. But anyhow, we're looking at 222 for the total, 6/6.5 for this side. And there's one rule that I have in the postseason. When a team is done, they're done. Doesn't matter if they're up in the series, like the Pacers were up 2-1 here. Remember, they had the lead into the fourth quarter of Game 4. And since then, outplayed badly in Game 4 down the stretch, outplayed badly in Game 5, and their superstar point guard is hurt. So there's certainly a case to be made that Indiana is done right now. And of course, we look back at recent finals. The 2022 Celtics Warriors perhaps stands out in that regard. Boston won Game 3 at home, took a 2-1 series lead over Golden State. That was their last win. That was their last cover. They were done, even with the 2-1 lead. Miami stole one in Denver in 2023. How'd the Nuggets close out that series? 3 W's. When Miami was done, they were done. So the question is, do we stick a fork in Indiana? Are they done? Well, let's start with this. How have they done when Halliburton's been hurt? All right. And they played 6 meaningful games. I'm not counting the 2 throwaway games at the end of the regular season without Halliburton. And they lost by more than 6 points only once. So they've been competitive without their best player. And of course, it's not like they don't have a backup point guard. They do, TJ McConnell. It's not like they don't have another guy who can distribute the basketball. Andrew Nemhart's been fine. He's been dominant at the point. So while Indiana's at their best when Halliburton is controlling the flow, this is a team with a number of different options at the point guard position. And of course, you know, for parts of this series and for parts of the postseason, they've been running the offense through Siakam, you know, and he's an excellent distributor as well. You know, Siakam talking about McConnell, another ball handler, someone can get us to our spots, push the pace. He played great last game. He's going to be huge for us going forward. Indiana's mentality is a key question mark for me here. You know, Obi Toppin, quote, "We got soldiers on this team. We're going to try to play through any type of injuries or anything. Ty is a soldier." In my mind, that's a bet on quote. Indiana off a loss this postseason, 5-1 straight up in ATS. They've repeatedly responded to adversity. The question in my mind is less about Indiana than it is about OKC. Closing out an NBA playoff series on the road, no easy task, even for an elite team. Round 1, closeout game at Memphis. They were 9.5-point favorites. They won that game by a bucket. OKC in their closeout game at Denver, non-competitive in the second half of that contest. As favorites, they lost that game by double digits. They had 2 road games at Minnesota. Blowout loss, 2-point win. You know, the 2 road games in this series. You know, they never sniffed a point spread cover in the first one. And the second one, Mathurin missed 3 free throws in the last 24 seconds to cover by a point in that game. So I haven't seen OKC demonstrate that killer mentality in these closeout road environments. I have seen Indiana respond very well to adversity throughout this postseason. And those 2 factors together, it's a client play. Thank you for watching WagerTalk Today. You'll get it here for free. I like the Pacers plus the points.
Absolutely crazy. But, you know, the Dodgers have beat them 2 games with very less than stellar pitching. And today they got their best guy, their best healthy guy in Yamamoto, a Cy Young candidate. Probably will not win it because Skeens is out there, but he's probably the number 2 candidate to win the Cy Young Award in the National League. And so this is why the number is what it is, because they figure, well, the Dodgers have crushed the Padres 2 games in a row with subpar pitching, and today they have their best guy on the mound and can't lose, right? Well, baseball is a funny sport. Padres have Ryan Bergert on the mound, and what has he done? Well, he was a relief pitcher. This is his first season in MLB. He was a relief pitcher. He's got 3 starts in a row, and he's gone 5 innings in each start. He's actually gone into the 6th inning in one of those starts. He's only given up 5 earned runs in those 3 starts. So those are against decent teams too. The Diamondbacks, Brewers, and the Giants. They're all winning teams. So he's nothing to sneeze at. But the books are sliding him a bit. I'm not saying I'm going to take the Padres, but I'm saying that Yamamoto might be a little overrated in this matchup. I mean, I do like him. I do have a future bet on Yamamoto to win the Cy Young. And I do have a future bet on him to have the most wins in MLB. Probably won't win either one of those, but he's having a great year. However, if you look at how he's performed against the Padres in his short 2-year career, they have not been kind to him He's got 36 at-bats against. He's given up a 417 batting average against for an 1169 OPS. That's horrible. Horrible. Here's another thing about Yamamoto. He's a walker. I've coined the term chronic walkers on Total Bases show that we do every day at what time is it? It's 10 p.m. here. So what time would that be? 9 a.m. Eastern.
12 it's 12:30 Eastern time here right now.
Yeah, so our Total Bases show is 9 a.m. Eastern every weekday. Brian Leonard and Adam Trigger and I, we just talk about MLB. We go deep dive, geek out on baseball for an hour. And on that show, I've coined the term chronic walkers because I like to bet walkers. The biggest chronic walker in all of Major League Baseball is Gavin Williams, and he's pitching today against a team that walks a lot. Hint, hint. But let's talk about the Dodgers again. Yoshinobu Yamamoto. He walks about 2.5 guys per start, which is kind of surprising because that's a little high for someone who's a Cy Young candidate. And the Padres walk almost 4 times per game. So if you do the math and put it together, I'm projecting Yamamoto to walk 3 guys in this game, and his walk prop is 1.5. So I think over 1.5 walk prop for Yamamoto might be one good one. You can't bet the Dodgers with that price, but if there's such a huge favorite, you might be able to get the Padres at a +2, perhaps, for decent value. I don't know. I mean, if you take a look at both teams, I think the Padres and the Dodgers, both of their bullpens are struggling a bit. Both have power-packed lineups, although the Padres are a little bit off right now. I have them ranked 14 out of 30, where I have the Dodgers ranked 6 out of 30 in current form. Starting pitcher's pretty good. Both struggling bullpens. I like Yamamoto's walk prop. Might want to take San Diego +2 perhaps on an alt run line there. Those would be the only ways I'd take this.
Just to tread cautious overall, definitely. There's been a lot of change from last year as far as the hierarchy, etc. But I mean, it's only after 2 weeks here, and so yeah, I do have this is a client play that I'm hoping to give out here on the show, and so I'm looking at tonight's game. It's Edmonton at home to Montreal, and so the Elks, they lost 31-14 in BC in week 1, and so they had a timely bye in week 2, and so they've had a week off to prepare for this contest tonight. And now Montreal, it's 2-0 straight up and against the spread. But you have to look at the teams that it's played. The 2 teams that it's played, they're 0-4 straight up and against the spread. And so now Montreal's hitting the road for the first time this year, heading out west to play a team that's coming off a straight up loss and against the spread loss in BC. But yeah, Trey Ford, he was 18-27 for 178 yards, no touchdowns or interceptions. I think he's going to be a lot better here at home. And just that Davis Alexander, I just think he's poised for a little regression here for the Montreal. And so, Andy, I'm going to suggest for everyone, this is a client play, hopefully moving to 5-1 tonight, to grab the points with Edmonton at home +6.5.